Hey everyone, good. This is Mentor Motorogene of the MMM Nigeria Guidance School, and with me in today's meeting are members of Cycle 6 of Group 8, July 2017 batch of the MMM Nigeria Guidance School. I welcome you all to this meeting, which happens to be your business game presentation. So, watching this video now, it's the business game presentation is all about sending a group of people to a country to establish MMM in that country and to also ensure that MMM continues to exist in that country. Now, the members of Cycle 6 met and decided on the best pull the business game task, which consists of 7 tasks that are related one to another. So they met and they decided on the best way to tackle this task, and they have Ngozi as their presenter, who's going to tell us how they came about their solution. So Ngozi, the floor is open to you. You have 20 minutes for this presentation. You can unmute your mic now and start the presentation.
All right. My name is Ngozi, representing Circle 6, Group 8 of MMN Guidance School 2017. We've been given 7 tasks. So I'm here to represent my circle. And according to the first task, we are asked to go to a country precise. We are provided with an internet, with a team, and the knowledge that we received in the guidance school, USD dollars. So our location, as we know, is Thailand. And from our research, we have a population of 67.01 million people there. Buddhism, their currency is Thai baht, and the tax duration given to us is 1 week. Our objective in Thailand is to create an awareness of the presence of MMM Global in the land, that is in Thailand. And secondly, to meet the locals and present the ideology of MMM Global to them. Tell them about the benefits, the rules and risks involved in MMM. We have a team of 9 team members. So the first step we have to do is to create the strategy. Okay, we have a budget for 9 rooms, which cost us 1,800 USD dollars. Interpreter, we made a provision for 1,000 USD dollars. Transportation, bus that we hired at the rate of 2,500. We have seminar venue that we booked for 6 days. That is 1 week, 3,000 USD dollars. For flyers and posters, which cost us like 2,500 naira. 2,500 USD dollars, sorry. We have banners that we produce that cost 900. TV and radio advertisements, provision for t-shirts and caps, for feeding and everything that will take care of the 9 representatives, that is the 9 team members. Strategy is we have this strategy that we strategize among us to create a massive campaign using the following means: to organize seminars by using flyers and posters, even radio and television adverts, to create awareness to the people there in Thailand. Kind of sensitization in university campuses, a campaign in major market, because these are the places that you meet, enter so many and create there. And also go into the social media presence like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, so many channels that we can reach the people over there. Even some of our team members are going to have a bulk SMS that we're going to send to the community, get at hand. So our estimated registration per day is 50 participants per day. That is our estimated registration that we estimated amongst us. An average contribution of 300 USD dollars, which be total registration for 6 days should be 300. And total contribution, the way we got it is we calculated it by total registration of 6 days contribution per participant, which is 300 USD, 300 total registration by 300 USD, which will give us 90,000 USD dollars. And the tax too, coming to the tax too, the tax was like a week has passed and we are for average. We are 4 man. So we need an average contribution of participants by 300 times 0.3 growth. So our description here is that weeks, and the number of registration per week as we assumed was 300, and average contribution of 300 USD dollars. So in week 1 contribution shows that we have 300, that's 300 USD dollars, and those number of registration per week is 300, which the total contribution for that week is 90,000 USD dollars. So the first week registration bonus, which is 20 USD times 300, give us like 6,000 USD dollars. Percent growth on contributions and registration bonus, which will total 2,880 plus the 96 US dollars, which will give us a total contribution of 124,800. So maintaining this pace of 300 new registration per week in 3 weeks, we have 300, which will give us 900. So the total contribution for that 900 participants, as we agreed within our team, is 270,000 USD dollars. Therefore, the first week participants will be paid. So from we used that the resources as now that we have people registered into this system, guiders that will start, adequate information will be given to the new guiders with incentives so as to motivate them to increase participation. Because when the guiders are motivated and be committed in building to build an MMM community, our third task, a month has passed, and we are 100, and the same plan for another month on the basis of the results of previous calculations, taking into account the dynamics of growth, the number of new participants and contributors for the next 4 weeks. So the solution me and my team agreed is that since the total registration for 1 month is 1,200 participants, and the number of guidance we have trained so far is 20 guidance. So assuming the growth rate of this number of new registration for 4 weeks is 1,200 times 300 by 4 weeks, we now have like registration. Let's assume that 20 guiders are able to register 50 participants. We find out that we have reached a consensus of 1,000 persons. For that month will be 1,200. That's 300 participants per week times 4. We give you 1,200. 1,000 people. It will now be the total registration of 2,200 participants. So the total contribution for this month will be like at 300 USD dollars. Registration will now be 660,000 naira, which is 2,200 participants. That's 300 US dollars. So we have a total contribution of 660,000 US dollars. So coming to the tax 4, we have after 2 months, number of participants is equal to 2,200 participants. Is that we calculate what we need to organize within the next month. That is the first week, second week, and local holiday, because they have local holiday in Thailand. And there is a decrease by 75%. So me and my group strategize a plan of action. So our strategy is that since due to the celebration by 75% registration during this festival, if you did 100% minus 20%, 100% minus 75%, that's to say 25% of 300 participants is on ground, which is 75% when calculated. For instance, registration is at the 300 that we normally register, participant that we register in 1 week has decreased. So giving us just 225 at a loss. That we have since we registered just 75% due to that celebration for that week. Therefore, to meet up with the setback, we need more registration to be made after this celebration. And the targeted number of is going to be like 225 by 3 weeks, which will give us 75. So the targeted number of participants per week will be 300 plus 75. That's the initial 300 participants that we assume for each week plus 75 participants will now give us 375 participants. So when calculated, we now have 1,200 members. The resources we strategize or we assume to use is flyers and posters and caps. All these things, people like wearing t-shirts and caps that is crested MMM on it. That is what we budgeted, and there is a budget we made for it, which will be total of 13,000 USD dollars. So with the increase of this output of our sensitization and media providers, we now believe to get to an average of 400 new participants within the next 3 weeks. So with this, I think the tax 4 have been settled. Coming to tax 5, we have a plan. This, as the tax 5 said, that our plan did not work out. Enough new registration and new deposits to cover the cost of the current deposits. So it is necessary to analyze the plan of action in this situation. Strategize. Well, the 75% decrease in registration for the first week, we need 225 new registration. That is 225 by 300 USD dollar, which will give us 76,500. And it's a situation whereby the 75% decrease was not resolved. Number of registration will be week 1, 75, week 2, 300, week 3, 300, and week 4, 300, which will be a total of 975. And with the absence of new referral, the number of registration will have to drop 175 divided by 2 to go for just a total of 488. And the number of new registrations in that month minus registration in present month will be 1,200 minus, that's 488, which gives us just 712. And the number of required donation will be 712 by 300. We should also have some resources that we ought to use. We have provisions for it. There are costs that we have there. The radio and TV advertisement, the t-shirts and the caps, all these things are necessary so as to sensitize the people to tell them more about MMM, so that because of the lapses we have within this previous holiday that they have. So the resources we have is that we have the distribution of promotional materials in areas that we did not reach before. That is what we intend to do. We want to go to places that we did not go to. We have to organize more seminars, even if it's offline seminars. We go out there, we meet the people. We encourage our members to have a Bitcoin wallet so as to PH and GH. Because without PHing, there won't be any GH, and the system will not be moving smoothly. I also have to encourage our participants to share their testimony of the flow of their lives has been touched. You see people that use the money to buy lands, cars, and other things. So we encourage them to have a video of testimonial, upload it on YouTube, so that the people will be happy and join MMM with happiness. So in taxes, we have during this month delay in payments increased to 7 days. Activity reduces to 0. Old may attract anyone or no contributions to. So in virtual mood, to do the strategy or a kind of a plan of action we intend to use is to start a sanitization program. All our guiders will be invited for a seminar to discuss the reason for the post mode and the way forward, because we need, as guiders, we ought to know knowledgeable about the system before we can be able to the people out there. We get info from other countries that have experienced such post mode and the way they tackle the problem. To media publication addressing the post mode and its cause, and try to strategize a means of maybe converting off that post mode and move forward so that MMM will be noticed in Thailand. We have to enlighten people, educate the community, promote new members that are not affected. Even if it's possible, maybe like increase the percentage for maybe all that. We have to run advertisements on newspapers, billboards, in major shopping malls in Thailand. Even publish notice for enrollment into guider school and comment, because when people's minds are diverted in I believe their minds will be, as in they won't be stressed up, or they will be in a kind of further things with the plans we have. And finally, coming to tax 7, since our efforts have been, the president said that the efforts have been insufficient to reverse the situation, and the restart has to take place. So in this tax 7, the plan of action we ought to use is, according to my team members, we resolve that we go into marketing, as in you move into the market, encourage all members to re-PH. They don't need to be, because the main people are the people that are involved, those people that are already in the system, to be strong, to without any panic. We even go to create incentives for old timers, managers, to ensure that they are carried along. So everybody, everything should be in order. Even if it's possible, I know, consult the leaders in other countries where it happened and learn from them. All these things will help us to curb out the panicking amongst the people. So with this, these are what me and my team members should resolve. And we believe that with this, our strategy, MMM continues to rock in Thailand.
Okay, a very well timed presentation. You can mute your mic now.
Okay, ma'am.
But you missed out on some things, and one of that is the SWOT analysis. You performed several tasks in this school. Some of them are geared towards building a structure, while the other one, which is a SWOT analysis, is meant to be carried out to ensure that this system continues to exist. If it had been carried out after each task, 7 tasks, if it had been carried out after, because for task 1, there was less interaction. But at task 2, there were a lot of interactions which could have brought about friction. Most of the MMM communities, fake POP, delayed confirmation, refusal to make, forgetting to upload the proof of payment. SWOT analysis is carried out. It will help your system to remain stable, continue to grow. So you missed out on that, because if it had been carried out after the faced in tax 4, that is a 75% drop, wouldn't have been encountered and would have pulled out the way they did. So if you had also analysis after tax 4 in tax 5, wouldn't have been necessary. If you had carried it in tax 5, the post-mode in tax 6 wouldn't have been necessary. It out on tax 6 after taxes, tax 7 wouldn't have been necessary. So the SWOT analysis is important. Now the other thing you missed was a very important part, and that is to those who have passed through that process, communities working once again. We need to learn from other people's mistakes. The beginning of our mistake, we need to learn from those who have gone through that mistake to know how to get back on their feet, show that we work more, we work harder so that we can get back on our feet faster. Meet with other leaders in communities who have gone through the process. I believe that you have a better result than they did when they went through it, because they said that they had no one to learn from. That being said, those are the only areas you missed out. And another thing, when you were making your we seem like like this, no, if you want to make a suggestion to building your community, you hit it on the head. This is what we are doing, not maybe it is something like we will tell people like it's something like that. No, there's nothing like something like that. You have to be very so well. It's a good less. So I say congratulations to Cycle 6 members.
Thank you, ma'am.
Go ahead on your other task. And if you have made your feedback video already, you forgot to mention the school name, your batch number, your group number, your circle number, uh, that video and remake a new video where you would, for record purposes, and also try to mention the business game task so that anyone who sees your video will learn one or two things about. Because if you have noticed, the business game tells us about the lifespan of every MMM community if steps are not being taken, what analysis is not being carried out. So congratulations to you. Good morning. Again, have a good